So you're Surya from mysacredyonmassage.com, and I know that I have a lot of questions about conscious conception, but I haven't been able to find any information anywhere, and I know that recently you had a baby. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey?
Yes, with joy. So the way we started, my partner and I were actually, it was several years before we actually conceived the child. So at least 2 years beforehand, we started the whole process of a lot of purification of the body. So that was very important for us because especially in the first pregnancy, it is said that the mother, the woman, purifies a lot in this pregnancy, and I wanted to avoid that all that stuff goes into my baby's build-up process. And so I was deciding also with my partner together that we're doing lots of cleanses, detoxes. So we started with panchakarma. My partner at that point actually still had mercury fillings in his teeth, so he decided to get them all removed very carefully and afterwards do lots of cleanses and detox himself. So we did lots of panchakarma, we did liver and gallbladder cleanses, for example. And then we also received many massages of just really purifying not only the physical body but also the energy channels. So additionally we did yoga, we did pranayama, a lot of really building up the energy body. We did lots of meditation beforehand. We were on a vegetarian diet anyhow, and just eating very healthy organic food to really bring this body to the best shape possible to actually carry a baby and really get all the nutrients, the best nutrients possible. I also did lots of homeopathy. So I studied myself homeopathy, but I had a very good not only teacher but also a doctor that I know, and she was with me already in the past 6-7 years. But at that point we really focused on, okay, let us get back to our, let's say, our main constitution. In classical homeopathy we speak about the main constitution, and that was very important for me and my partner because in this pregnancy, like we all know, there is like things that run in the family, they say. And so I wanted to avoid that all the things that run in our family actually gets put onto our baby in the same way from my partner. And so we decided to go into this homeopathic treatment of actually coming back to what is me, what was actually me without all these layers that I might have accumulated due to lifestyle, due to family constitution and dispositions. And so we started to look into homeopathy and get treatments over many years, but the last 2 years were really the focus on bringing us back to our main constitution. We then also went deeper into the emotional body, and we tried how can we prepare ourselves really consciously to conceive a child. So the first question we had to ask ourselves is, why do we want to have children? Is it because I'm just in this age right now? Is it because the hormones are like calling for it right now? Or why do we want to bring a new being into this world? And so we really sat together, made like many lists, also made our wishes. What do we really want to have? What is really our desire? Why do we want to bring another being into this world? And then also talking about how do we want to actually raise that child. So many couples get in challenges after the birth, and then they realize, oh, we are really on different tracks, because one says, oh, I turned out fine the way I did it with my parents and so on. It's fine, we can just do it the old way my parents or our parents did it. And I was like, no, I would like to have a new way. And so we really found a way of how we can raise a child maybe in a more conscious way, how we can bring more consciousness, more emotional maturity into this little being. And for this we needed to do our own work. We needed to really work with our own, like through maybe family constellation, to really personal work, transpersonal work, transformation work, to really work with our own emotions, to get ourselves in a state of, okay, I'm actually ready to hold the space for a baby and a child in this lifetime. And mentally is very similar on this way of how to prepare ourselves mentally. What is our views? Do we want to vaccine? Don't we want to do vaccinations? Do we want to school? Do we want to do unschooling? What is our way of raising this child? Is it like with punishment and shaming, or is it the kind of in a different way? So, and I feel each family really needs to decide that by themselves. There is no right or wrong, and I don't really want to put one way out and say this is the right way, because this was working for us in this moment and might be actually changing for the next child, and so on. So in each family, each mother and becoming mother and father, they need to find out what really works for them. But I really encourage them highly to do this work beforehand, to really become clear. we actually also consulted a Vedic astrologer to really speak about what is the best time for us as a couple to conceive a child. Like, when was the year, when was the month, when was actually the date, and we received a really clear date. There was only one date in a month that we could actually make love and conceive the child, and that's how we did it. And also, we are both tantric practitioners, so my partner, he's not ejaculating, he is brahmachari, so it was also like a lot of planning beforehand before we conceived the child, because there needs a certain time and days of actually building up the new sperm. So there was a time where he needed to ejaculate, and then we needed to wait a certain amount of weeks and months to actually prepare ourselves in this direction as well. So there are lots of details to it, but I won't go like in all these little tiny details. But yeah, it was quite a journey. It was super interesting, and already it worked for us immediately after the second time I got pregnant. And I know for some women it takes up to 7 months or even longer. So I felt very, very blessed in that moment that it just really happened the way it happened. And our little baby boy is a healthy little baby boy and happy. And we are also very grateful for all of this.
Do you think that the work that you did ahead of time is what actually helped you to get pregnant so quickly?
Well, I don't know it. I didn't do it in another way. So I did it like this, but I think also my body was simply ready. Like, because we were waiting for so long. Like, I was together with my partner like almost 6 years before we decided now we're going to conceive this child. And then it was 2 years before we started to say, to call that baby in, to call the soul in, to say, we are getting ready. We are getting ready. So I think there was already around me like a little bit of a bubble. Okay, I'm waiting. When is it going to happen? And I don't really know if this is a clear yes or a clear no. So I know the way I did it, it was just like, yay, it just worked right away. Yes.
So you talked about emotional, mental, and you talked about physical. Was there any other type of preparation that you did? Or did you cover something else? I don't.
Well, the energetic body was part of the yoga. We did really regular, like every day, our yoga practice, our extended yoga practice, also throughout the pregnancy then, but this would be another topic, and really worked with purifying a lot the body, getting the body into the best shape and in this direction. So right now I cannot think of anything else that we did. Like, the spiritual part was also the karmic preparation with the Vedic astrologer, of really seeing what is the best timing for us, what might be the challenges for us in a relationship, what might be the challenges that arise in this direction. And yes.
Well, thank you, because I think that this would be really helpful for anybody that's wanting to plan a family in this way. I think it's definitely a unique way of looking at things, very different from the Western mentality of pregnancy.
Yes. Thank you.